What up, peoples? Mr. Anomaly coming at you again. Another day with Mr. A. Guys, shout out to Roy Masters. Some of y'all may have heard of him. Roy Masters. Guess he's an author back in the 80s, back in the Reaganomics era. Shout out to Pete, not PG. Shout out to BOA on this one because he actually played a clip from him on his channel, and I went to go look for him, and I this is gonna be a long one probably. This is gonna be a long one. Hey man, we cooking with gas on this one. We cooking with gas, y'all.
Gas. Cooking with gas.
Cooking with gas.
We all cook better when we're cooking with gas.
Shout out to DJ Shadow. We're cooking with gas on this one. A man must love truth more than the woman. I just like hearing my talking points reaffirmed. I was listening to what he's about to say right here, and he's gonna hit some keynotes. I've been calling it. Yeah, this ain't gonna be for the faint of heart. This is another one. We again, the New World Order. It's very fitting I'm wearing the New World Order shirt because we're going against this Babylonian programming. We are reclaiming our sovereignty over here, and I'm glad the Most High kept me. And again, I'm just facilitating it. We just flowing over here, bro. Again, we're going against the world, and yes, it's gonna cost you a worldly woman. Yes, it is. It's gonna cost me the woman ass ninjas. Yep, it sure is. It's gonna cost you a Babylonian woman who's under this indoctrination. Absolutely. A man must love a truth more than the woman.
You with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Can. I want to say 100%, but I'm gonna go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology.
I think society has just made us feel like life is a fairy tale. I have been told that a lot, like in relationships and by people that I think life is a fairy tale.
Why don't you purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
It's going to cost you most women. Most women, we already know this. Again, if I'm preaching to the choir, I already know. Who does the society and commercialism market? Men or women? I rest my case. So again, good luck finding a woman who is navigating through all this. That shouldn't even be what you're doing. You should be trying to connect with the all, but it is what it is. I just wanted to set that up because again, yes, it's going to cost you worldly women. Absolutely. Let me let Mr. Masters go in here. I'm just gonna add my 2 cents. I love hearing my talking points reaffirmed. Here we go.
I feel almost paranoid for some reason that if to make up, for instance, like I would say about a person that we both know, and I would say, gee, that person does this, and she would say something like, well, maybe she has a reason for it. Almost everything it seems like I say, she has an excuse to stick up for the person.
I know what you're saying.
Times that I said, either you just hate me or you hate men or something. We just had this problem. But I do notice, to be honest with you, I sort of do it to her.
But let me tell you the phenomena that you're seeing is that women tend to sympathize. Women make very good liberals because they have the serpentine quality that men should love the hell out of them, but instead they love the hell in them. See the difference?
I see the difference. I like that. Love the hell out of them, but dudes want to love be in them. Want to love inward. Want to love in them. Want to connect. Want to have this. I understand exactly what he means right there on that. I love the hell out of a woman. I do. I appreciate a woman. I really do. Like I said, I'm almost to an extent, almost a simp, how much I appreciate women. But I understand as well though. That's good shit.
And encourage the serpentine dictatorship. The dictatorship of sympathy. You'll find that women, as liberals, the liberals in politics have the same feminine quality. that everybody is lovely and there's no fault in everybody, and all that people need is more love. And
That sound familiar? Look at us today. Where are we at today? How's it working out today? I'm not like into politics and all that, but it's true. They coming after y'all's kids, talking about sexuality in front of y'all's kids now. Now you got grown ass dudes going to girls' bathrooms and all that. Here we are. Too many Potiphars and Ahabs in positions of powers that bent the knee. What type of society we live in? A society that has bent the knee to the Jezebel spirit. How's that working out? How's it working out? Are we more successful? Are we stronger? Are we flourishing on a spiritual scale as well? Are we getting stronger or are we getting weaker?
they'll be all right. Equal rights and God knows what.
What's the formula for the solution?
But the thing is, you have to look that women tend to be supportive to the wrong. Your children, they'll always support the wrong. That you try to correct them. As a father, you try to correct them. That's your job. Is because you've got to be correct. You've got to be respectable before that respect will take. Children know the difference. Like a Jimmy Carter, I would never listen to a Jimmy Carter. I'd just run. I'd fight like hell. I'd fight him rather than the Russians. See? That's what he do to me.
Back in the Reaganomics days, you could tell. And again, it's no different now with Trump. Again, Trump or Kamala Harris, come on, bro. I'm not even into politics, but come on, man. Really? Really? Is that even a choice for a dude that's any somewhat masculine? Come on, man.
Ronald Reagan asked me to do something. I see that man's decent. And I see he means well, and he may not always be right, but never mind. I love him, and I love where he's coming from. Therefore, I'm going to go along with him and see where it leads, because, you can't have a lot of cooks running the show, just one at a time, and, everybody can make mistakes, but I'm willing to go along with that. And children are the same way. If they have that quality in the father, that beyond, see, and he's in control of himself, and whereby a woman also tends to see that quality, then she also stands corrected. The role of a man is to save himself from a woman, to find salvation. Save yourself is a bad word, because you can't save yourself. Whatever salvation is, that's another subject. But to be saved from the love of a woman, it's an addiction to a fallen being, like drugs are to the addict.
Whoa! Let me do my 3 times.
To save him, whatever salvation is, that's another subject. But to be saved from the love of a woman, it's an addiction to a fallen being, like drugs are to the addict. You can't save yourself. Whatever salvation is, that's another subject. But to be saved from the love of a woman, it's an addiction to a fallen being, like drugs are to the addict.
It's an addiction to a fallen being, like drugs are to an addict. Guys, this is, again, internal cultivation prevails again. This lets me know I'm on the right path. Why do you think I get up here talking about not having sex? I like challenging the norms. And dudes have a lot of soul searching to do, because they will project that loneliness, that lust and loneliness onto me, thinking I think like them. I can tell you a couple, 3 things. I've been doing this a long time. Projecting. Oh, you're just coping. You're just coping. If you don't get your ass off my channel. You need to find that peace first before you even think about getting a woman. You need to connect with the all first before you even think about getting with a woman. I love hearing my talking points reaffirmed. Yes, we're doing it again, just like that video I did with JLP the other day. We're doing it again.
Most people do not love.
We're going to keep doing it.
They cling. They use love as an excuse to be in a relationship or to desire a relationship. But the relationship really isn't love. It's 2 people clinging to each other.
Matches made in Tartarus.
Most people do not love, they cling. They use the other as a shield against their own existence.
A shield against the all. A shield against the Creator. You're shielding yourself when you download this Babylonian. Again, NWO, when it comes to a spiritual sense. We're coming against that over here. You have to be part of the fairy tale. You have to be. I'm going to keep doing it, guys. I'm going to keep looping it, because I've been right this whole goddamn time. I've been on it. I've been on this path. There's a spiritual union there, a spirit of ignorance. Ghosts chasing ghosts. We're not even done yet, man. More talking points reaffirmed. It's a freaking drug to a fallen being. Somebody don't know who the hell they are. And it's just compounding illusion on top of illusion. 98% of people in Satan's pockets have sex. You ain't nothing without a woman. All that is done intentionally. Directly after copulation, the devil's laughter is heard, because more than likely you did it in the spirit of ignorance, the spirit of desperation, the spirit of loneliness. You need that to validate your manhood. You need that to validate you being a man. Tell me you lost without telling me you lost. You don't even feel like a man unless that woman gives you the green light that you're a man. Tell me you lost without telling me you lost. I told you, man, we just getting started, man. We just getting started, bro.
It's a bad word because you can't save yourself. Whatever salvation is, that's another subject. But to be saved from the love of a woman, it's an addiction to a fallen being, like drugs are to the addict, you see. To save himself, to find that beyond, to identify with the spirit that created him. And when a woman sees that, a child sees that, then the marriage and the family is as good as saved.
Nothing's guaranteed. A man has to have the rules, principles, and standards in that connection for him. That doesn't guarantee. We got to add that caveat on there, especially this modern woman with these phones and all that stuff. That doesn't guarantee she's going to stick around forever. There isn't no one size fits all when you're dealing with chaos, by the way. People need to start being honest with that. Yeah, you can be connected with the Most High. Yeah, you can. The Jezebel spirit can always come. It can come at any time. She can renege anytime. Because I've done numerous videos, financial abuse and all that. He's controlling, he's abusive. She'll go along with it for a season. Go along with it, maybe get a couple of kids, 5-10 years. She'll go along with it for a season, and then you're abusive. So people need to, I gotta preface that there is no one size fits all when you're dealing with chaos. If you want true absolute peace, stay your monkey ass by yourself, monk mode absolute. The rules, principles, and standards is for you. It's for you. And it doesn't guarantee she's gonna stick around. Gotta add that in there.
But the trouble is, women to identify with the spirit that created him. And when a woman sees that, a child sees that, then the marriage and the family is as good as saved. Because everything. But the trouble is, women tend to be very obstinate because they have been doing this, they've been taught as children. You taught them yourself to support your selfishness. See? So you've done that yourself. So it takes a little while for...
Yep, you've done that yourself. How many dudes be doing that? Don't be depending on teaching their daughters, don't be dependent on a man. You've done that yourself. Programming is begetting programming. It is what it is. You have to be a simulation to bang a simulation. So as it makes natural sense, you're going to create more simulations because you're doing it under that spirit. Got to be careful. Them unions are connecting, man. How you start is how you finish. Then people bringing kids into this. Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't want to hear this because a lot of people don't want to face the reflection. A lot of people don't want to they don't want to face their internal demons. They don't want to face themselves. You can listen to me. I'm going to keep doing it. I got some more videos on how I'm going to do.
To be recognized and to be self, to support your selfishness. See? So you've done that yourself. So it takes a little while for this respectability to be recognized and to be felt. But you must understand that women tend to have that serpentine quality in them, and they tend to support everything that's weak and everything that's wrong, and to tend to war against whatever you're trying to do. They even turn your children against you if they can. Unconsciously, they can't stop themselves. See, even as I'm talking to you right now, I have a spirit and a mind, and words sort of, they rise to the spirit that's coming through. You can almost feel that. A bad person or a misguided person, the Bible says, out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. Well, you could be full of baloney, full of shaving cream. And so therefore, there's always a tendency for the dark side to want to slip in and speak through you and make you do something dumb, say something dumb, silly, angry, cruel. Of course, I don't have that problem anymore, thank God. I'm speaking to you nice and clean from the heart. I don't research anything. I don't rehearse anything.
Same with me, bro. Like I said again, I'm just flowing. I'm just speaking truth, bro. I get the flow, especially when my talking points reaffirm me. I'm just flowing. I don't be rehearsing this. What y'all see me doing all on the fly. I don't rehearse. I don't think of things to say. I just naturally say things. Some people say I be funny. I don't be trying to be funny. I just be myself, man. I'll be making y'all laugh and shit. Sometimes I do try to be, but a lot of times I'm just being myself, making y'all laugh. It is what it is, man. I'm just flowing from the spirit, man. We flowing from the survival scrolls over here, man.
Does it go away though?
But no, you mean with a woman? But this quality is required, this impromptu-ness, this spontaneity that is of the spirit, that just simply knows what's right. When your wife is wrong, you stand against it, you stand strong and tall in the saddle, unwavering, without rage, without patient, calm. That quality in a father that women have never known it. Never known in a father. All fathers have failed them as children in this respect. Angry, hostile, wimpy, but never standing there tall in the saddle, calm.
You can't. How can you whenever the woman's the prize, whenever you're nothing without the woman, whenever you're downloading the nice guy, cross the T dot the I mother sucker. You're already starting off in the spirit of delusion. How can you then in turn be that rock? And that's what society is. You can't, they punish the dudes that want to be there. They punish the fathers. Nowadays it's so gone now that they punish the fathers for actually wanting to be in their child's lives, the dudes that want to be there. They're the ones that suffer the most. That's how far gone we are. That's how far gone we are with the freaking program and everything. The milk's been spilled already, by the way. Again, following this path, more than likely you're going to chase off 99% of women. That's why I played that clip at the beginning. The romantic ideology, fairy tales. You're going to chase off the majority of women thanks to these smartphones, which is pretty much just amplified what was already there. It's amplified now. So now you're going to come with this trying to collect your sovereignty. You think you're going to have just women in abundance. And again, you got to ask yourself what you're after. You can't have it both ways. You can't have this rotation of worldly pleasure, having a rotation of women liking me for me ass ninjas, this modern day program, Babylonian woman having whole faces. You can't be elevated up here and doing stuff like that. You gotta pick your lane, bro. Nobody gets it all. Pick your poison. Dudes want to sit up here and have this rotation of women, want her to like me for me, and I just want to rotate them out, have multiple wives and all that, and you don't even know who the hell you are. How's that gonna work out? Then you're gonna have it in like this unshakable union, this unison, this is gonna work. Come on, bro. People out here in la la world, dudes too.
Patient, the patience, the extension of their love, and the truth also part of that. So women tend, though, to respond to the other spirit. It's chaotic. Men have a mind. Men tend to have a logical, and I don't mean to sound what do you call those?
Sexist.
Chauvinistic. But I'm speaking now that men tend to be closer to reality, normally speaking, in their natural state or in their higher state, with an intuitive, very strong intuition. But women tend to be very emotional and complicated and confusing.
It's facts, man. It's facts. Again, there's no peace here. There's no peace. If you don't have the peace prior to getting a woman, you're never going to have it. She's not going to bring you that. She's not going to bring you that. Yeah, I guess I agree, because I be saying that sometimes too. I know it sounds misogynistic and shit, but it's true. And like you said before, I was trying to let that play because I wanted him to play that part, because it does sound, if somebody is listening, it does sound like you're just beating up on women and men are perfect. Most men aren't, because again, most dudes aren't connecting like this. If you're speaking in truth, you're not going upside the woman's head, you ain't cheating on her, you're not being a freaking asshole or dictator, you speaking from truth, you being fair, stoic and all that, you ain't doing wrong. Come on, man, you can't lose. You can't lose. But he said, I wanted all that play, but like he said before, a lot of guys get with women and expecting them to think they just gonna just act right just naturally. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like B always say, you got to keep your gators on her neck. You always got to. She always has to prove. She always has to prove being in your life. That's gonna, again, 99% gonna run away. 99% are gonna run away. Especially talking, you want an 8, 9, or 10 baddie who's getting all this attention from men on IG and all that. That man, come on, bro. Let's be realistic out here. Let's be realistic out here. Again, doesn't make them bad people. It just is what it is. If you want peace, stay your monkey ass by yourself. Because it's going to happen. You're going to have to deal with shit test. That's basically what he was saying. Doesn't make them bad people. They don't even mean to do it. They're just going to do it. You're going to deal with shit test. Always. Always. Even if you're a freaking rich Chad, got no money, you ain't got to worry about money, you're still going to have to deal with shit test. It's going to happen. So again, if you have an issue with that, stay by yourself. Stay by yourself, bro.
An intuitive, very strong intuition. But women tend to be very emotional and complicated and confusing. And if you're not careful, if you overreact to a woman's love,
this right here, this is setting up the video right here, because these last 3 minutes, this is what I heard right here. Y'all, this is the part right here. Again, all that was set up right here. Here we go right here.
And complicated and confusing. And if you're not careful, if you overreact to a woman's love, you come down into her to accept ego support, emotional, it's called love, falling in love. You're falling away from what love is all about. And you leave behind your strength. And you become sure only because a woman loves you. And that's confusion, because this emotional, passionate love is very violent. The kind of love that women offer men is always through hating men. Because when you get married, what are you getting married for? Men don't get married because they love women. They get married to get a fix.
Okay, we're gonna be looping us back because I have to.
Falling in love, you're falling away from what love is all about, and you leave behind your strength. And you become sure only because a woman loves you.
You become sure only because a woman loves you. I keep telling you guys again. This is my talking points reaffirmed. Woe to the man that bases his self-worth on a woman. Woe to the man that molds himself. We're gonna, you know what? Let me let him keep going because yes, we're going there. I can tell men. I've been saying this for the longest time. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to hold off my rant here, but I've been saying this for the longest time. I can tell dudes who mold themselves. I've been saying this for years. Dudes will mold themselves. They will become something they're not. They'll download other external sources. They can't be themselves to get the woman, and it costs you. It costs you. I've been saying this for years. Let them go in. I'm about to go on my tangent. That's pretty much, I already played my hand right there. That's pretty much it. He about to go there. Dudes, again, you're nothing unless a woman validates you. You're sure of yourself now because a woman says, she gave you the green light. Oh, you're a man now. You're a man now. Woe to the man, bro. Woe to the man, man.
Because this emotion, to accept ego support, emotional, it's called love, falling in love. You're falling away from what love is all about. And you leave behind your strength. And you become sure only because a woman loves you. And that's confusion, because this emotional, passionate love is very violent. The kind of love that women offer men is always through hating men. Because when you get married, what are you getting married for? Men don't get married because they love women. They get married to get a fix. You know, it's sure every night. 3 times a night. You know, and that's all they marry for. There's very little caring for the woman. They're just caring for, they got a woman that just wants to take care of their selfishness.
People do not love, they cling. They use the other as a shield against their own existence.
Forgetting what love, not connected with the all. You're forgetting what love was all about. You're trying to cling, trying to hold on, trying to control. That's why dudes be getting egos and shit. And you know, I did everything. I did this. I did that. That's the ego. That's the ego, bro. Again, this isn't. Dudes that already walked this path, it is what it is. I got some younger guys that listen to me. I'm trying, again, be careful how you start. How you start is how you finish. Being something you're not, telling them what they want to hear, trying to be the square peg in the round hole, trying to be the court jester. Again, I got to play the court jester trick. It's going to cost me the woman ass ninjas. That lets you know right there the basis on how most dudes interact. Most dudes interact, the woman is my salvation. The woman is my all. How's that working out for the majority of men? Starting off, before you fail fresh out the gate. Babylonian ideology. I told you, man, we're here, man. We're here.
And that's all they marry for. There's very little caring for the woman. They're just caring for, they got a woman that just wants to take care of their selfishness as many times as nature calls, see? So you see, if they're not careful, they'll fuse with the mind of the woman, and they'll be the extension of the woman. They'll have the confusion of the woman, so that after a while they become the reflection of the woman the reflection of a woman's confusion and have no control over themselves. All a woman have to do is get an extension of this as many times as nature calls. See? So you see, if they're not careful, they'll fuse with the mind of the woman, and they'll be the extension of the woman. They'll have the confusion of the woman, so that after a while they become, let's take care of their selfishness as many times as nature calls. See? So you see, if they're not careful, they'll fuse with the mind of the woman, and they'll be the extension of the woman. They'll have the confusion of the woman, so that after a while they become the reflection of the woman.
Guys, that's pretty much why I did the whole video right there. The guy, I've been calling this for years. This is something in my spirit, bro. It's been telling me, I'm like, I can tell men who sell their souls to get the woman. There is a spiritual taint that you have. And then what do we say in this? What do we say in this space? What should I say, y'all? What do y'all say in this space? It doesn't matter who a man sleeps with. That is a lie from the pit of hell. That's just as badass. It's just sex. It don't matter. It's just sex. It does matter because most men have to conform to get the woman. I've been saying this for years. I can tell dudes because you guys act like the goddamn women you cream pie. I've been saying this for the longest time. Hey man, if the shoe fits, if it don't apply, let it fly, man. If it don't apply, let it fly. I've been saying this for the longest time because especially me being a black man in the black community, the spirit of Pookie. You got to be Pookie adjacent to deal with these worldly women because most of them are worldly as fuck, programmed by Usher and shitty ass artists and styles and trends. They've been gone. That's why they can't walk around with that shit on their head. When I see them with that crap on their head, and I'm not even trying to pick on black women because this really is women, period. But I'm talking about my community because I'm a black man. Dudes, I mean, come on, man. Dudes got to mold themselves. Just played that video the other day with AMS. You got to tell them what they want to hear. That's running game. Bro, you act like the women y'all cream pie. Argue, catty, argumentative. Going back and forth, arguing with women. That's why I be saying dudes up here doing all that yakking and shit.
Too much talking, 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 too much talking.
Too much talking, too much arguing, too much explaining yourselves, molding, acting like the goddamn women you sold your soul to get, bro. That's why I said, man, we cooking with gas over here, man. I've been saying this for the longest time. And this is another reason why I personally haven't had sex, because doing it in this worldly capacity, my spirit was always telling me, if I'm up here trying to run game and do what everybody else is doing, if I get involved with this woman in this type of energy, there's a spirit, I can't even put it into words. I'm gonna put it into words the best I can. I sense this oppressiveness. If I did go down this path and do this, I sensed I was gonna be inviting something in my life, that this spirit of oppression. Man, I'm telling you, bro, I was right this whole goddamn time, man. I was right not to do it because, again, you're doing it in the spirit of ignorance. Like Schopenhauer said, I'm gonna repeat it again. Directly after copulation, the devil's laughter is heard. Now, I already know, a worldly person will come in here. I don't even know why you listening to me, first of all, especially 28 minutes in. I don't even know why I already chased you off, because the real ones are still here, bro. I already know this, man. I already know this. Again, we don't listen to the world over here, because again, most dudes mold themselves to a goddamn woman. You don't exist unless a woman's touching your winky. You don't exist unless a woman says that you do. I've always been able to sense this, bro. That's why I've been able to, on my spirit, man, I could tell dudes who sell their souls to get the woman, bro. Woe to the man. I've been doing numerous, but woe to the man that bases his self-worth. I've been calling this out. Man. You wanna connect. You wanna mesh. How you gonna connect with somebody who's already bound to another man anyway? You have to be a simulation to bang a simulation. I've been saying this for years. I just like hearing my talking points reaffirmed. That's pretty much, again, we got some more coming, but that's pretty much, when he said that, I was like, I've been calling it, man. Dudes y'all be doing way too much talking, way too much arguing, because y'all are dealing with women on the same capacity, the spirit of ignorance, this Babylonian custom, this worldly program. It is what it is. That's why we playing the songs like Rick Ross, we all fuck the same hoes. That's the energy that's out there. The couple lemming programming, I speak very deliberately. We're all dipping from the same spiritual well. They're all the same, the men and the women. The dudes sounded like women. I did that video the other day with JLP, the same talking points. You incel, y'all sound just like the women, you cream pie. Try to use the same shaming tactics that the women do, because y'all... Hey man, it is what it is. It ain't for the faint of heart. I just gotta call it how I see it, man. I just gotta call it how I see it. Think for yourself. That's the point of all this. That's the point of my goddamn channel. Internal cultivation. But again, it's gonna cost me the woman ass ninjas. I'm lonely. I'm lustful. I'm lonely. I need that woman. I need that woman. I need that external validation. Using it and to shield yourself from the universe, from the all. The love you never found was right here all along. I gotta bust the track out. I gotta have another jam session. The love you never found was right here all along, waiting here for you. The love of the all, the love of the universe. But again, dudes are doing the complete opposite. Falling in love. Falling. Listening to Sahu Man. Listening to guys, you know what? Listening to guys like this. Where he at? Where he at?
But understand, men rule this world. You don't. That's like playing. Like, we need each other. Just like, or you gonna die. You gonna die before you gonna have a slow, miserable death. Talking about you don't need nobody. We need each other, just like water. Just like plants need water. We need each other. We need that affection, that physical touch, that affirmation from each other. We need that confirmation. That feeling of you love me and I love you, and I ain't loving you. You don't have the same equal amount of love. We need that energy, being on the same frequency with each other.
Again, I don't have nothing against Deontay Wilder herself, but I do have everything against that mentality. And dudes will try to project that. We need that. We need that. We need that like plants need water. We need that like plants need water as ninjas, man. We need that. We need that. We need that. And I grew up around that crap, man. Sahu, man. Where he at? Where he at?
I need my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I need my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever want that to be confused nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So much of who I am is because of who my wife has been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of who you've been in my life. You have given me everything that I need to have the desire and the drive and all of that stuff developed in me to want to be able to become more, to do more, to be more intentional, to give a little bit more effort, to show up better for myself and in the world and all of that stuff. Like, you contributed to a lot of that. And I've learned that being with you. And that's how you've contributed to me being able to learn a lot of the lessons that I've learned as a man, as a husband, as a father.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a lot of that stuff just from us being together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't have learned these things had you not been there.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you all that credit because you created a space for me to be able to learn that stuff and to grow in those ways.
Yes. But
like, that's what my wife does for me. That's what my spouse, my partner, my best friend, that's what she does for me. That's what you have done for me.
Go fuck yourself.
Again, guys, the whole romance thing, that's romance right there. That's romance. If you guys notice that, it's never the woman talking about the man like that. You guys notice that? You'll never, ever, ever hear a woman talk about a man like that. And if she does, the majority of women are going to call her a pick-me. What does that tell you right there? That's romance. I was watching that, I skimmed through most of it. Peacemaker with John Cena. That simp ass, him simping after that woman, trying to win that woman over, ice skating uphill, trying to lower her defenses. That's romance, guys. That's romance. That's why when a man talks like this, it doesn't compute to him. Because all she has to do is just show up. The guy does everything. The guy rolls out the red carpet. The guy tries to break her down and win her over and try to keep her happy. That's romance. That's the way of the world. That's the way of the world, bro. And I can tell men who mold themselves like that. Again, it ages you. I did that video the other day. Doing that way, it ages the body and the soul. Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. And we already know it's going to cost me the woman ass ninjas. We already know. We already know.
Confusion and have no confuse with the mind of the woman. They got a woman that just wants to take care of their selfishness as many times as nature calls. See? So you see, if they're not careful, they'll fuse with the mind of the woman, and they'll be the extension of the woman. They'll have the confusion of the woman. So that after a while, they become the reflection of the woman, the reflection of a woman's confusion, and have no control over themselves. All a woman have to do is get angry and get upset, and then be loving the good guy, bad guy routine. See, in other words, she wants her own way. All she has to do is offer him that little love, and he comes down. It's very exciting. He comes down to accept it.
The hot box. And again, we live in a society where we have too many Potiphar's and Ahabs in power. Dudes are in powerful positions. They will do anything to get this woman. They will sell their souls. They will trick. They will move mountains. They will pay so much money just to get their little tug jobs. Just to get some stink on their finger, bro. We have too many Potiphar's and Ahabs in positions of power.
Leave your vow never to sleep with another man.
It's not a vow, it's just. I think when men want sex, they become hilarious. Like a dog, when you pick up a lead, he knows he's going for a walk. Sex, they become. I think when men want sex, they become hilarious. Like a dog, when you pick up a lead, he knows he's going for a walk. I think when men want sex, they become hilarious. Like a dog, when you pick up a lead, he knows he's going for a walk.
I can tell, but women, and this is most women, they can tell. They can tell when you a man when that shit don't work either. I can bear witness to that. That's why they get quiet around me. You ain't get no money or no dick from me, and I mean that shit. I mean that. They can tell because they're so used to dudes basing their self-worth around them. They're so used to men whose words carry weight. They talk about a woman's words cut like a dagger. Really? Say before I say it again, the only time a woman's words matters when she's falsely accusing you of something. Some Emmett Till shit. You R-word the kids, you try to R-word her and she's lying, and you got the simp enforcers like Joseph in the Bible, like Potiphar's. That's when a woman's words matter. And then, like I said, now you in trouble, you going to jail because she done lied on you. That's the only time a woman's words matter. Outside of that, anything else, you get no bitches. Again, you dudes the same, the mold yourselves, y'all same way. You base your validation on how many women you get. You're getting women, period. That makes you a man. You don't exist if you don't get no bitches. That's y'all. Y'all do that. And y'all want to try to come on my page. Y'all want to try to come on my channel with that shit.
Go fuck yourself.
Then all you can say is you're just coping. Man, if you don't take your ass on, you're just coping. Take your Sahu programmed ass, being a woman to validate your existing ass on somewhere. I know you ain't even listening right now. I already know, because I didn't chase you off. Take your ass on somewhere. That's why I show my face, man. Y'all, dudes, man, come on, bro. It is what it is out here, man. Hey, man, love hearing my talking points reaffirmed, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's keep going. Lost my train of thought.
Routine. See, in other words, she wants her own way. All she has to do is offer him that little love, and he comes down. It's very exciting. He comes down to accept it, and then she wants her own way again. Then she becomes ornery and mean and stubborn and cruel and naggy and picky and confusion, and men react to that, and pretty soon men have the mind of women, and they become subject to women, and addicted to love and addicted to hate as a distraction from what love has done to them. See that?
A complete distraction from the all, taking you away from your own sovereignty. This is why I get on you dudes' asses all the time, hyping up sex, making it this end-all, be-all to validation and happiness. That's why I get on you guys, because all you guys are doing is programming other programs. That's why I say y'all better be careful y'all be listening to out there. Y'all better be careful. You ain't get no pussy yet? You ain't get no pussy yet? And then here you are, you get pussy, you get a woman to validate me, and then you get one, and now you lost. Now you ensnared. Now you part of the world. Now you got to go through the ringer and even making MGTOW videos instead of preemptively already connecting to the Most High to avoid all this crap. You don't got to go through all that. But again, if it's going to cost me the woman ass ninjas, you got some soul searching to do. You need a woman, I need a woman to complete me ass ninjas. Again, that's why I get up here talking about not having sex. I'm just challenging the norms. That's all I'm doing. Again, I get this. This is still work in progress. We still continue to grow, but that's been the core of my message since 2017. Why you get up here talking about not having sex? This is why. This is why. The New World Order. We coming against all this goddamn programming. Been doing it since day one. That was the very first video I did. Especially as a black man. They ain't supposed to be talking like this as a black man. I'm supposed to be listening to shitty ass artists and molding myself to the Pookie energy, trying to impress Ku Klux Keisha, which you don't even got to do all that, by the way. You don't even got to do all that, by the way. Still be choosing your boy. They be calling me fine. I might come again for the normies. Ain't nobody coming from that position. Nobody's coming from a position of hate, envy, or jealousy. I don't talk. Again, hey man, nobody thinks they're inferior to any of you people. I don't say anything. Again, I got a platform to voice my opinion. I don't even talk this much in real life. I don't even say much. You don't have to. They can smell it on you. Got to quote my boy Tylen. Anyone has to go around saying I am a king is no true king. Remember I had some dude try to comment, trying to ask me some goddamn financial question on goddamn well, I don't know the answer to it. I guess he was trying to make himself seem smarter than me. That says more about you, sir, than it does me. The fact that you felt the need to try to make yourself seem smarter than me, that says more about you than it does me. That you felt some kind of way, that you felt the need to do that. I wish YouTube let me say racist comments. I don't give a fuck. The fact that you feel the need to say a word to try to put me in my place says more about you than it does me. You lose. Good. You shouldn't even say that dumb shit. The best y'all can do is not even say anything, because I'm going to pick y'all apart, because most y'all act like the women you lust after. Take your worldly ass on somewhere. I see through y'all. I've always been able to see through y'all. I've been right this whole goddamn time, bro. I told you, man, in the early 2000s, everybody around me going to clubs, trying to fornicate, following this styles and trend. I was rolling dolo up in this bitch. Following this path by my damn self. See, y'all can't tell me shit when it comes to this, man. Tell you a couple or three things. Dudes projecting onto me, man. Take y'all asses on somewhere, bro.
Love more mind of women, and they become subject to women and addicted to love and addicted to hate as a distraction from what love has done to them. See what I mean? Needing love more. And women also have the same problem, because if they can't get love from a man, at least they'll get sex. What does sex mean to a woman? Well, sex is simply the result of a man falling selfishly for a woman's acceptance. So to a woman, well, sex is simply the result of a man falling selfishly for a woman's acceptance. Woman, well, sex is simply the result of a man falling selfishly for a woman's acceptance.
Why does the society promote this at such a young age? Why does the society try to promote that you ain't shit unless you're out here having sex? There's a reason for all this. It's deliberate. It's intentional. There's a reason for all this. Why is society gonna label me as crazy and bitter? Y'all quick to throw that word out. Oh, you're just bitter. You're just hurt. You're just bitter. You're just bitter. Y'all love throwing that out instead of analyzing, reflecting on why is that at such a young age? The spirit of ignorance. Again, it ties you. It makes you more obedient. It makes you more of a slave. It takes you further away from your connection to the universe. It takes you further away from your connection to the all. That's why I said, think about the guys out here who were married, who doubled down and got down on one knee and married, then you popped out kids. You're just getting further and further and further and further into the illusion. And it gets to the point, man, where it got a stronghold over you, where it can damn near cost you your life. You in the deep end of the darkness and illusion. It could cost you your life trying to escape. Be careful. Be careful the path you tread, man. And again, sex seals the deal. Directly after copulation, the devil's laughter is heard. Again, I have nothing against all that, but I do have everything against it in the spirit of ignorance. Now, I'll talk about the couple lemmings. Show me you got the shitty ass styles and trends, you got the shitty music, you got the drugs and alcohol, you got ghosts chasing ghosts, people know who the hell they are, using relationships to shield themselves from their own existence, young, ignorant, and creating generational, lifelong soul ties. All dipping from the same spiritual well. I talk like that intentionally. Again, this ain't for the faint of heart. For those brave souls who are here, I know if you're still listening, you're a real one. I'd already chase off the normies. It is what it is. Again, I'm not stuttering. I'm not I'm flowing from the survival scrolls. I'm flowing from the spirit. This is all one cut. This is all one take. I'm choosing my words carefully. It's all flowing. It's the Most High speaking through me. I'm just a vessel. The music's coming through me. My DJ Shadow nerds. The music's coming through me. I'm just pouring it out there, thinking out loud on this channel. Some of y'all are watching. Some of y'all are gaining something from it. It is what it is, man. Woe to the man that bases his self-worth on this. So I've been sensing it my whole goddamn life. I was just ignorant to it. But I've always been able to sense it, man. This is why I'm glad I never did. Like I said before, I had that spirit of weakness, listening to Sahu friends. Oh, you didn't even got laid yet? Had some sense. Oh, if you ain't got laid by the time you 17, there's something wrong with you. You goddamn right. I'm not a worldly simp. I'm not a worldly simp. That one day I was going out there looking for prostitutes on Harry Hines. People know Dallas. Harry Hines, that's where all the prostitutes were. I was going out there one day, finally was listening to my Sahu friends, going out there driving around, and it was on a Saturday night too, didn't see one prostitute, man. And like I said again, there wasn't anything in my spirit that was like, woo-wee, I'm gonna get me a prostitute and get laid. I was convicted like a mother sucker, man. There was nothing honorable, there wasn't nothing exciting about me doing that, man. And it was dry on a Saturday night, man. The Most High kept me. I'll never do that again, listen to you Sahu motherfuckers, man. Ever. Again, like I said, I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have none of this growing up. I was rolling dolo. Everybody around me, need to get laid, need to get laid, need to get laid, need to get laid, need to get laid. But it was something in my spirit, it's like to stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. And like I said, for some of you younger guys, you might be in your goddamn 40s as things start making sense. I'm 45. Things are starting to make sense to me now. I'm starting to really see everything on a deeper understanding, man. I'm probably gonna start going through some of my older talking points and stuff because I want to revisit it, man. That's really all it is, man. It's just, revisiting it, because now I have more understanding. I'm gonna go through that coiled serpent again. Now I got more understanding, gain more experience points. I'm gonna go through that coiled serpent again, analyze that again, and gain more experience, and then probably loop it around in the future again. That's what it's about, man. Internal cultivation. We keep growing, man.
Of a man falling selfishly for a woman's passion, a woman's acceptance. So as a result of men falling, an energy is given off to the woman. The excitement of a man failing feeds the ego of a woman, just like a drug addict gives off his off to the woman. The excitement of a man failing feeds the ego of a woman, just like a drug addict. Men falling, an energy is given off to the woman. The excitement of a man failing feeds the ego of a woman, just like a drug addict gives off his money to, you see, men give off an energy when women feel. Women tend to become addicted to the failing of a man and it's the only fulfillment they get. They draw something from his weakness.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't matter. It does, bro. It does. You give off an energy, man. Like my girl said, bro.
Sex, they become... I think when men want sex, they become hilarious. Like a dog, when you pick up a lead, he knows he's going for a walk.
Comparing you to a dog. Comparing you to a dog. She purposely said dog. This is another reason why I love being in my position, because they're so used to dudes doing that. They're so used to dudes trying to get with them and basing themselves or mold themselves. They're so used to that. And then when they come across a real one who that doesn't work on, they get quiet. They don't know what to do. That's why I played that clip at the beginning. 99%. You can't walk this path and have that in your life. It doesn't work like that. You have to choose what you want. You want to sit up there and casually sleep around. You have to play this game. You have to be a part of this world. It doesn't work like that. You can't sit up there and do those type of activities and somehow be above it. It doesn't work. You gotta pick your lane. You gotta pick your lane. You want to sit up here and trick and be like Coach and cream pie Jezebels and tricking. And again, why do you think he worships Mammon so much? Why do you think they be worshiping Mammon and materialistic again? Guys, they're just like the women in cream pie, man. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You gotta pick a lane. You gotta pick a lane. You gotta pick a lane, bro. Real talk. You give off an energy. You're feeding them. You're feeding the Jezebel spirit. I'm not talking about all women, because unfortunately most of them are Jezebels. Most of them have downloaded the Jezebel ideology, the Jezebel spirit. It's gonna cost you most women. Yep. Because we live in a society, we have too many pussies in power, too many Potiphar's and Ahabs, and it's just a trickle-down effect. So yes, it's going to cost you most worldly women. She's on these phones, she got makeup, BBLs, tats, having a whole face. They're all done. They're all done. They're all done. All finished. There ain't no turning it on and turning it off. I might do another video Women think they can just turn it on and turn it off, turn on being a wife whenever they suits them. It don't work like that. You either are or you're not. Doesn't work like that. There ain't no, this is all romance. Yes and no and bullshit. I just want to be hot and cold and stop and go. My boy Pain, Shinra Tensei, and pulling you in, pushing and pulling. Too much, not too little. Too much, not too little. That's chaos, man. That's chaos. That is chaos. Where's she at? Where is she at?
Girls say yes, they mean yes. But when they say yes, they also mean no. When they say no, they sometimes mean no, but they sometimes also mean yes.
Yes.
Or it could be a maybe, but maybe is a yes. Yes, so maybe also means yes.
Yeah, and the guy should understand
Yeah.
what she means when she says yes.
Yes.
What is she thinking when
Right.
she says yes to this, as opposed to, okay, she's saying no, but she means yes. Here.
Like, is it a no or is it a no? Or is
You
it
know,
like
like-
a no? So when
Why don't you purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Or how about this one? Where is this one at? Let me see. We're doing all this on the fly. Oh, here she go right here.
Now call me crazy if you want, but I'm a recovering thug addict, okay? And it is very hard. Now call me crazy if you want, but I'm a recovering thug addict, okay? And it is very hard to stop doing something cold turkey that you've become addicted to, right? So I no longer date thugs. I'm dating squares now. So when you talk to me, do me a favor and put a little bass in your voice. Like, be mean. Not mean for real, but mean just to please me in the moment. You get what I'm saying? Like, I need you to sound really assertive, like you mean it. Like role play a little bit. Now don't go upside my head, but say things like, let's say you tell me to do something and I don't do it as fast. Be like, what I say? Tell me to shut the tell me to go sit down somewhere. Like when you say something to me, pretend like, you feel me? Cause I be having withdrawals and I be like,
Don't want to be laws against you yapping your jaws.
But I tell you, man, woe to the man that tries to appease that. You're just a lost soul, bro. It is what it is, man. 2 peas in the mother sucking pot. It's all spiritual. Man, this is all spirit. It's all spirit. I've been saying before, I'll say it again, the realities wouldn't even exist unless there's a spiritual kinsmanship there. There has to be a spiritual connection on both parties. Both parties are both lost out here. And is it a wonder why 98% of people are in Satan's pocket? It's all by design. It's all intentional. It is what it is, bro. Let's continue. Hey, man, I told you, bro.
Women feel women tend to become addicted to the failing of a man and it's the only fulfillment they get.
Addicted to the failing of a man. Dudes are marrying women up, putting babies in women who are addicted to you seeing you fall, taking your kids away from you, fucking you over in divorce, taking your house, taking your kids. She was that before you even got involved with her. I hear dudes all the time, you don't marry the same woman you divorce. She was that before you came up and said, hello, my name is Mr. Gump. She was that whenever you came up and said hello to her. Or you were trying to win her over, kept trying to win her over, trying to break down her defenses because you were trying to be a romantic Gump to get the prize, right? To win the prize over, right? To be validated, right? And she was wanting to see you fall at the very start, hating your ass. Hating you, bro. Again, most of these women, I ain't mean to go here again.
Remembers. That's why I was saying the other show, don't let every man hit the bottom of your vagina, the root of your vagina.
They don't know about the bottom.
And then the woman start calling out the man's name, screaming the man's name. Then she let him know she coming. When she coming, she hollering. She calling for him. Man, this stuff is programmed all up in this woman's vagina, rectum, uterus, all up in this mind right here. And that will actually bind her, actually reduce her to a calm freak.
Your wives and girlfriends is already bound to another man. Because again, sex confirmates marriage. That getting down on one knee, that's all show and tell. That's all external. That right there is the marriage. That right there is the marriage.
And that will actually bind her. Them uterus all up in this mind right here. And that will actually bind her.
That's the marriage. That's the marriage. Go out and have a whole phase and get ran into the mud. That's your marriage. she's married right there, and dudes are wifing them up, putting babies in them. And again, they don't ever forget the
To bring
man.
that out for somebody else and bent them over and talk to them too. And spike them the PhDs and master degrees to put on my wall in academia, but I have a master degree in being played by men, used by men, told everything I want to hear to get me in them positions. And I am, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be real about it. I'm very upset by being made a fool out of.
They don't ever forget that. They don't ever forget that. I'm gonna do some more clips. I got another one just confirming that. We're already about 54. We're already pulling an hour on this, and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do those videos here. But I heard this. I had to do this because again, I've been taking. Let me finish this up. Actually, I didn't mean to do another hour, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't even be meaning doing these hour videos, bro. Some of y'all make it to the end, but a lot of people be tuning out. It is what it is, man. I just put it out there. Let who receive, bro.
Energy when women feel women tend to become addicted to the failing of a man and it's the only fulfillment they get.
I'm very upset by being made a fool out of. They don't ever forget the man. Again, she's a lost soul chasing romance. She don't ever forget. That's MGTOW women. Whenever she gets ran through, and that's what I said before. I say it again. Most women, they don't really get it until after they've been throttled and ran into the mud. So it is what it is. Once they get woke, they hate every other man that sits up here and tries to be Mr. Nice Guy after she's already been did in by the man that she chose, that she's married to.
Yes. And it feels like she's strong when a man is weak. So women can tend to encourage a man's weakness for her own sense of false security. And when a woman becomes addicted to that, then it's very hard for a man to break free. Because the minute he starts to become strong, she feels insecure. She feels like he doesn't love her. See? So men have to go through all those experiences. Once you start to become strong and you start to be in your own center, then you will have some conflict in your home, but a conflict which will one day be resolved.
She probably likely going to leave. See, you can't do this after the fact. This is why I say you got to do this up front. Don't even get a woman until you figure out how to do this, man. Don't even get a woman. It's going to cost me the woman as an. You can't be knee deep in the freaking illusion and then all of a sudden now you want to start getting rules, principles, and standards. She's not going to go for it because how you start is how you finish. You started off on the illusion. Now you want to flip it and start getting rules and start coming into your own sovereignty. More than likely she's going to leave. Maybe. It ain't black and white. Maybe she might be like, oh, he finally got his mind. Maybe she'll stick around. There's no one size fits all, man. I say be upfront at the very start. Rules, principles, and standards at the very start. I said before, I'll say it again. If I ever get involved with a woman, the very first words that are coming out of my mouth, the door is right there. The door is right there. Don't you ever feel you can't use it. That's the very first thing I'm going to say. Don't you ever feel you can't use that door. It's right there, the door. Right over there. I ain't making you do shit. You can't sit up there and start off in the spirit of delusion and then all of a sudden now you want to start getting rules and principles. It's like these dudes, they'll hook up with like IG thought, a woman showing her ass off of the world. You want to marry her and try to lock her in because you're selfish. You think you could control her with a relationship. A lot of guys will do that. Let me try to put a relationship on her to try to control her. And then when you do that, now I don't want you showing your ass off. She was doing that when you met her. Now you want to sit up there and try to pull. It don't work like that. It don't work. Maybe it will. Don't even do that. Be up front so you ain't got to go through all that. That's my opinion, though. What do I know?
Have a war, start to be in your own center, then you will have some conflict in your home, but a conflict which will one day be resolved. There's two ways you can have a war with your wife. One, you have a fight with her that is positive, where she loses because you're strong, and she's like a little naughty little child. What she really wants you is to be strong, not to let her have her own way. If she has her own way, it's too bad for both of you. And
shit test, guys. You're always gonna have to deal with shit test. If you have a problem with dealing with shit test, not only you have to deal with the unpredictability of life, you got to deal with shit test in your own comfort. If that's an issue for you, stay by yourself. I always laughing at her dude say, I want her to be my piece. It doesn't work like that. She is going to probe for weakness. I don't care if you're set financially for the rest of your life. I've come to that conclusion on my own, but I had Coach confirm that, and even Kevin Samuels confirmed that. You can be a billionaire and have all the money in the world. You're still going to have to deal with shit test. You don't understand women. I understand that much, you freaking simp. You ain't getting no peace there because you're trying to look for a woman to be your salvation because you lost. There ain't no peace here, gentlemen. Know what you're getting into. Think for yourself. But if you think you're not going to deal with no shit test dealing with a woman, I got some bad news for you. Should have my clip ready.
And she's like a little naughty little child. What she really wants you is to be strong, not to let her have her own way. If she has her own way, it's too bad for both of you and the kids. Because it's not what she wants. Like the kid doesn't want his own way either. He wants correction. So therefore, if you stand tall and you understand what she needs, and you don't get angry and upset and excited and that sort of thing, and you stand there, you don't fall for the sex thing, and you don't fall for the upset thing. You stand there calmly, then that light of understanding comes through you, and after a while, she sees that you're strong and silent and standing for something, and it's what she's looking for, even though there's no words for it. It's coming from your beyond.
Say that. I haven't listened to all this. Say that. There is no words for it. It's coming from the beyond. It's coming from... Guys, this is why I say it, bro. Y'all doing too much talking, bro. Too much talking.
Too much talking, 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 too much talking.
There ought to be laws against you yapping your jaws.
There ought to be laws against you yapping your jaws, bro. No words need to be spoken. They can smell it on you. They can smell it on you. You don't got to say anything. You don't got to do all explaining and back and forth, bro. Say that, Mr. Masters.
Calm and silent and standing for something, and it's what she's looking for, even though there's no words for it. It's coming from your beyond. Yes, where is that?
That's it for that one. I'm gonna do another one. He was going in too. I'm gonna have to do another one. I didn't mean to do an hour. That was 9 minutes 58 seconds. Gave y'all another hour. Told you, man. We just flowing. Again, rules, principles, and standards don't guarantee she's gonna stick around. But hey, it's for you, not for her. Adam, I told you, Adam, that Adam and Eve story, man. That is, man. There's power in that. And again, there was no satiating Eve. Had it all. Doesn't make them bad people. Just know what you're getting into. Keep telling you, some of you guys, a woman's the last thing you need. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dude in an NWO shirt in my dusty apartment. What do I know? It is what it is. Hey, man, the milk's been spilled. The die has been cast. All you can do is move accordingly. Survey says one more for the good guys. I'm out, good peoples. Laters.